Hey everybody and welcome to another Paint and Talk. It is not Sunday, it is Wednesday. We missed this Sunday because it was Labor Day. Let's go with that. Let's definitely go with that, and not just because I disappeared for 3 days. It was definitely because it was Labor Day. But welcome back. We are back. We have many things to talk about. Before we get into that, though, I am going to be working on this Primaris Repulsar Executioner, which is the last new in box thing that I bought pre ninth edition. And then once this is built, it's just a matter of painting it and the new ninth edition stuff. And then whatever new releases come out. And I'm going to make an announcement right here.
Oh.
Once the new Space Marine stuff is out,
Yeah.
and I've bought a couple of them, I'm done. And they're painted, I'm done with my Space Marine army. I'm going to put it away for at least like 2 years or something.
Whoa. You just feel you got enough of it right now? You can move on?
I got enough of it for sure.
Yeah. What do you want to move on to?
Don't know. But that's what I'm working on. Sean, what are you working on?
You're muted.
Sean's working on silence. Pure, unadulterated science. Hello, Clarence. How are you?
Well, hey, you figured it out.
Is it Clarence? Nope, it's Chance.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Chance.
Yeah.
Did my buttons work?
Yeah,
Dude, my buttons work? My buttons work? Nah, dude, I just watched that Dune trailer, and that's going to be the shit.
You're all quiet again.
God, I
Because
hate
he's
you
talking
people.
into his iPhone 4.
I quit. I'm done.
There you go, buddy. Yeah. What are you going to work on tonight, Sean?
I'm gonna be excited about that Dune trailer.
You're just going to sit there and be giggly for the next hour and a half?
Yeah, pretty much. They did like Baleen for the fucking worms. They cast everybody exactly as they were supposed to cast them. Like, I don't know what Baron Harkonnen's son's name is, but that Drax dude as him is fucking lit. It's gonna be good. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see some Sardaukar fight the Atreides troops. Not once, but twice.
You're like a super Dune dude.
Yeah, you're really showing your nerd right now, buddy.
I'm a fan of Dune, man. Like, the book was horribly long-winded. And not the first Dune movie, but the second, the 80s one was good, but very campy, right? So you gotta have that campy sci-fi
I hate that movie.
bone.
I hate the book. I hate the movie.
Oh my
Yeah. Aaron hates all of it. But it's amazing, and the new movie is going to be amazing, and I'm super stoked. And it was set to a Pink Floyd song. Like, you can't hit many more of Sean's favorite things at once. It's not really possible.
I am
There are
really
things
happy
that
with the
see
trailer.
everywhere.
The trailer looks amazing. It's going to be a great movie. I'm super excited for it because it's going to be a normal ass movie.
As normal as Doom can be.
I started watching a new sci-fi show. I started watching Raised by Wolves on HBO Max, which is a Ridley Scott TV show.
Oh yeah, that started. I really wanted to see that show.
It's on episode 3. I won't give any spoilers, but what I will say is that I'm liking it a lot. It has not perfectly scratched my sci-fi itch. I'm still looking for a sci-fi show that takes place in a spaceship. And apparently just nobody wants to make that sci-fi anymore. But what I will say about it is that at least it picks a subject matter that is not super overplayed. So
And what's the name of this?
it's called Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves. Okay.
And I started watching Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You buddy.
I like that as well. But you know, it's definitely an allegory for, you know, race relations in this country.
Yeah,
which is not what I was expecting, but am very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I love the fact, it balances out a little bit of the fact that H.P. Lovecraft was a gigantic racist, misogynist, classist, all that good stuff.
Was he really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you didn't know that?
hugely.
I mean, I'm not a big
notorious.
I'm not a big Lovecraft fan. I actually like I've read his books and stuff, and I've read his short stories, and they're okay. You know what I mean? Like they're no The Mysterious Island. There's no 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There's no Journey to the Center of the Earth. You know.
Right. What I like about, so I'm not a huge super fan, but I actually over this past year I've been going back and rereading. I had a collection of his stories that I've read before and whatnot. And what I like about it is he just he created the cosmic horror genre, and he did it in a very interesting way. Was it the best? No. A lot of people have done the same work better, but like you gotta kind of give credit to where credit's due for basically creating a whole genre of storytelling. Yeah, I'm enjoying Lovecraft Country as well. I also like the fact that to kind of make up for some of his bigotry, the pretty much all of the main characters are black, and pretty much the only people that die are white.
Yeah, and they die nasty.
Spoilers.
No
Nasty.
spoilers. How is that a spoiler?
People die. I don't
It's
want to hear
Lovecraft.
that. No, people
There's
go
elder
insane at
gods,
Lovecraft.
right?
So that they're both good. They're both super good shows. They both are like hitting on those cylinders, but still not the super crunchy sci-fi thing that I wanted. And the problem is HBO Max is just HBO, and so they're still released on a weekly schedule. So you can't binge them.
Did you see Picard?
I did.
What did you think? Because I didn't watch it, and because I heard bad stuff about it.
I liked Picard very much, but it's not it's not a spaceship show. You know what I mean? It's its own story. There is a spaceship. They spend some time on it, but it's not a spaceship show.
Did you see the animated Star Trek show?
No, I don't give a
It looks really bad in my
It
opinion.
doesn't
It's
matter.
like
It's great.
below decks or something like that.
I really like the new Star Trek shows. I think they've been doing a fantastic job with them. I'm just really disappointed that they're relegated to, 12 episodes online only, while Orville is a Monday night mainstream media thing. And it's like Orville should be an online only 12 episode gag show, and Star Trek should be a 26 episode full season, primetime Tuesday night show, as far as I'm
I
concerned.
think that they're too heavy-handed with trying to get people to use their online service and putting it behind that paywall.
But it's not just that it's behind the paywall. It's that it's the mini series thing, right? It's the post recession mini series attitude, and it's just a bummer because there's not enough episodes. And I don't know, have y'all have watched it, right?
I have not.
I gave you the new Star Treks.
Yes.
I've watched some of them, but not all of them.
Are we talking the Star Trek movies?
No, the new TV shows.
Discovery,
Yeah, I watched the
Picard,
first
and
season.
Below
That
Deck.
was fantastic.
Can't hear you, Sean.
I hate you guys.
But it's your fault. Yeah, I've seen them. I like Discovery. Aaron, you and I had talked a long time ago about how it was a real slow boil, and then all of a sudden it just got super good.
Yeah. So I rewatched it all, and I'm not going to give anything away, but the manner in which the ship moves, I found less interesting the second time through than I did the first time through. I don't think that that's going to hold up. But last I saw is that they are going to do another Star Trek show with one of the other captains, and I think that at the beginning of COVID, there were rumors that it was going to be canceled, but now the rumors are that it's not canceled, so I'm excited.
It's gonna be Pike, right?
I'm excited for Captain Pike, yeah.
Captain Pike, huh?
And that one's going to be much more of a original Star Trek reboot with the old style ship and the old style travel and all of that stuff. Ah, the Repulsor Executioner, I see. You're gonna have to talk like Macho Man Randy Savage, too.
Is that from Shivan?
That is from Shivan. Who else would that be from? Who else?
The only fan that talks that much about wrestling.
Wrestling. Dude, I was super into WWF when I was a little kid.
My grandfather was super into it, and my cousin was into it, like super fans, and I was fairly into it because of them. It was I think it was kind of ruined for me because my older brother explained to me that it was all fake, and my grandfather who lived to like, I believe he was 97 or 98, survived World War II, survived concentration camp. He went to his grave never admitting that it was not real.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Who, Sean, you had a friend that was super into wrestling.
No. Now my dad.
Yeah, there was a
Your dad
no,
friend.
There was a girl,
wrestler.
there was a girl in college whose
There were
dorm
so many girls in college.
Yeah.
So many.
Narrow it down, at least to a year.
where like her entire room was covered with wrestling posters. And DDR. That's what I remember. DDR and wrestling posters.
Oh, Tamra, yeah.
Tamra, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I don't know anything about wrestling.
Riveting.
Yeah,
Well,
my dad won the state championship.
He what?
My dad went on a full ride for wrestling and won a state championship in college.
Yeah, but that's real wrestling. We're talking. That's
Yeah,
wrong-
that's why I was like, it doesn't really apply.
that's the wrong type of wrestling.
definitely not what we're talking about.
That's like an actual skill.
I love it.
No, I shouldn't say that. Wrestling is an actual skill, and it's very fun, and I actually quite enjoy wrestling still a bit.
Still a bit.
Still a bit.
So tonight I'm actually working on something as well. Unlike Sean just getting super excited over there for Dune and Josh probably playing some Magic.
He's playing.
Well,
Diablo.
I'm doing
He's playing
bases.
Diablo ripoff.
Oh, Path of Exiles. Okay.
Incorrect.
I probably shouldn't have put this on a white background. But
Now
anyways,
wait, hold on. Wait, now what are you playing, Josh?
I'm playing Path of Exile.
So correct.
Mm-hmm.
I said Diablo ripoff, and Aaron said Path to Exile. Then you said incorrect.
Yeah, but you said it was a ripoff, and it's not a ripoff.
Oh.
So you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Good
Well,
time.
it is though a Diablo ripoff, a Diablo 2 ripoff, or homage if you want.
I
not
prefer
say that,
that
it's a ripoff.
language.
You know
Yes.
what? I want to hear what Big Aaron's working on.
Oh, thanks. I'm working on bases for Blackstone Fortress, so try and get it in here. But it is green. It is green stuff. But it is kind of like triangle sort of. That looks kind of good. Lines, and there's little gems, and it's going to be painted so it looks all shadowy and blue, and
It's gonna be pretty, isn't it?
it's going to be very pretty. Absolutely.
The prettiest.
Yeah, they're going to be the prettiest of bases. There might be sparkles. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, I would love sparkles.
Yeah?
Yeah,
We'll get some sparkle action.
I'm probably gonna screw this tank up. I remember these tanks being problematic.
The Impulsor looks pretty straightforward, man. I was worried about it, but
Oh, did you finally get them?
yeah, they finally showed up.
Is that what you're working on?
Nope, I am green stuffing the last conversions for my original Dark Angel Space Marine army.
Yeah, you should talk more about that, Sean, because the photos of that, they look awesome. And you
What are you
crank through
talking
them.
about? There's pictures.
What's that?
Yeah, but the
Was there-
party hasn't.
Were there particular things in there that you are interested in me talking about?
Well, one, you said that you whipped them up pretty quickly, right? Like, what do you do when you decide to like kit bash? Do you have a bit spin? Do you have stuff like pre-sorted? Or are you like, I'm gonna build this guy and I'm gonna start sticking my hand in this giant bag of bits?
I wish I had my other camera to show you my desk. I have dozens of various bits receptacles that will normally be organized along the lines of, like, say, a project. So there will be something that'll be like, oh, this is the Terminator bits. And it won't just be pieces to Terminators, right? It'll be stuff that I've run across and I'm like, oh, that would look cool on a Terminator here or
Yeah.
there. But I also do like, oh, well, this is the Dark Angels bucket, and this is the, these are the Devastator bucket, or these are the, the close combat shit that I have, all that kind of stuff. So I got tons and tons of that type of stuff. I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tackle boxes.
Yeah.
That are the pieces that have not been pulled out and put into any of these. And then I've got another like 3 buckets of just random leftover bits from various, projects that I've poured out on the table and put back and all those good things. And
so how
these
deep
guys,
was your Dark Angels bin then? Because you have all sorts of little iconography.
Yeah.
Uh, there you go. Yeah, that word. All over them. Yeah.
Dark Angels are the first Space Marines that I ever started playing back in the very end of 4th and like really actually like got onto the tabletop in 5th. It's absurd.
There's
a lot.
And the thing about that is I don't know if you guys recall, but when back in 4th edition and into 5th edition, Dark Angels was the general variant that came with the standard sprues. So when you bought Space Marines and you just bought a box of speeders or you bought a box of Marines, it didn't come with Blood Angels, it didn't come with Iron Fist, it came with like 2 Dark Angel heads just on a sprue. And it
What
came
made you put those old guys together?
So if you saved all those bits, then you would have
got
tons of it.
wounds.
I have all
Exactly
of it.
right.
I have all of the old Dark Angel stuff from all the old standard boxes.
Yeah. No, I saved it all. I don't get rid of any bits. When I sell a kit or like I sell a model that's built, like I normally don't get rid of the bits with them. So I just have years and years and years of them. But no, they got 2 wounds, Josh. They got 2 wounds, and
That
now,
did it.
as long as you're not close combat, right? You're not losing out because you don't have the extra close combat attack. You're basically Primaris Marines. So the other thing was 9th edition. The detachment construction is amazing. It's what I've always wanted. I can build whatever list I want out of whatever I want, and it can be tabletop legal. It literally doesn't matter. You put anything in a list any way you want. Period. Now you're going to pay a CP tax for it, right? But the whole thing that this started out with was I was like, oh, I want to do an entire Vanguard detachment, Deathwing Dreadnought. So I got my 6 Dreadnoughts. I'm going to go ahead and probably order a Heresy Chaplain Dreadnought because I'm a heretic. And that comes out to like less than 1,000 points, 800 points, 850 or something like that. So I was like, well, shit, I need the other half of an army. So I got 4 of my Razorbacks out, which I have 10 Razorbacks kitted out, all Dark Angel style. And I have just bags and bags and bags of old Marines. Like, I've sold a ton of stuff that was assembled. I just got out shit that wasn't assembled yet. I built myself a bunch of Marines. I built myself a squad of 10 Assault Marines. The secret guys. You want to make your Marines look like they're the right size? Death Watch legs. Anybody who's listening, that's the secret to old Marines now. Death Watch legs.
That's the
Death
secret
Watch
sauce.
legs is the secret fucking sauce, man.
What, they just
They
got
are
longer
completely-
legs over there? Like they were made for the basketball court?
Yeah, they're the latest. They're the latest released old like Space Marines, right? Or I guess they're the newest sculpt of Space Marines, and they scaled up the legs so that when you put these on a Space Marine, they have a little bit of extra space at the waist. It looks a little funky, but they're almost as tall as a Primaris, right? So instead of my normal 1/4 inch of cork, you know, I'm putting a sliver of cork on the bases to get them up to the right height. And if you just go to town with all your bits around their waist, the bags and pistols and, you know, all the little iconography and all that fun shit, you can't even tell, right? You know, and they look great. So
Where
I'm
do
super
people
excited.
acquire those Dark Angel legs from?
The Death Watch legs, you
Oh,
will
Death
have
Watch.
to find from some sort of bits retailer. I believe I got this particular batch from Horde Obits, but Horde Obits has been a crap show lately. They're just lots and lots of the bits retailers are just basically out of business. You go to their website and they don't have anything, right?
Yeah.
They've got a ton of products listed up there and it's all sold out.
Yeah,
So I don't
I
know
mean-
exactly what the deal is with that.
Supply is gone. I mean, no one's had
Yeah,
inventory of stuff for the past like few months.
True. And there's still a couple big ones in the UK that you can get most stuff from. But obviously with shipping and the conversion rates and stuff like that, that gets really cost prohibitive for bits really quickly.
So I thought that
So-
you had said Dark Angels, but Death Watch legs. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They just got a little bit of extra oomph in the upper thigh area.
Yeah.
Just-
Exactly. And the good thing is none of them are the standing weird poses, you know, that we're used to with the classic Marines. They're all some sort of walking forward. They're all some sort of much more natural pose. So I mean, they're fantastic. I used them on all the characters. I used them for the Assault Marines. I didn't have enough to do all the regular tactical Marines, so I didn't. But you know, I mount my old Marines on corks so they get up to that right height anyway.
Yeah.
And they look well enough. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun little army. I gotta get some new turrets because they removed my last class turrets from the book.
Well, we don't know that yet.
They got removed from the last Dark Angels book.
Oh, well, that's okay.
So it's likely.
So we do know
obviously
that.
It's not 100%. We're pretty sure Last Plaza has gone the way of the dinosaur.
Unless
Well-
they're gonna bring it back.
And we might find
Which is
out a little bit
unfortunate.
more about Codexes from this weekend's preview that Twitch or GW is doing.
Yeah, so that's a good
Yeah.
segue. GW is doing a preview, which I will put up on screen. Hit the fade button, yeah. New edition, new codex, new format, new models, new preview. And they show a picture of the cover of the Necrons and the Space Marine book. And you know what I gotta say?
What?
I don't like the covers. I think they're too
What?
they're too cartoony and too colorful.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that they have used a lot of really deep colors, like just very, very vivid colors on a lot of their covers for 8th edition. And I think they're just kind of carrying forward. They want to make it seem like it's fun and
It
a
is
game.
in the grim dark future. The
There is
brightness.
only color.
The brightness of
There
our...
is only color.
I mean, literally, some of this, like, if you kind of look at this picture, the Space Marine banner, it's like pastel greens and blues.
I mean, I'm not one to really say anything because my Necrons are all
vaporwave.
super bright colors and neon.
Yeah, but that's you painting an army. That's not you putting out the Necron Codex. If you were at GW and you're like, listen, the cover of the Necron Codex is going to be vaporwave.
That would be cool.
I bet I could get at least 1 or 2 people on board with that.
Anyways, so previews happening. When to watch. London, Saturday the 12th at 1:45 p.m. New York 8:45, Los Angeles 5:45, Australia 10:45 p.m., Tokyo 9:45 p.m., and Berlin 2:45 p.m.
All right.
There you
That
go.
was very thorough.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try to do something?
Are you asking me my only day to sleep in that I'm gonna wake up early?
I mean, there's more than just you, and I have never woken up on time for one of these at all. So.
No, you always sleep through them.
As the only one here who doesn't have kids, I casually wake up usually early, feeling refreshed, and frequently catch these. So I'll give you guys the play-by-play if you have
All
to
right.
sleep in. All you dads, tired dads out there.
I mean, it's really annoying that they don't make it a little bit later in the day for the United States. Just a little, just an hour, just.
I mean, we do buy most of the models, right?
Give me
cater to us.
Give me a 9 o'clock start time so I can have some coffee and some breakfast and I can put some tunes on for the child. Like, come on.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know who we'll see. I'm just hoping to see some more Necron models. Or maybe some models that are not Necrons or Space Marines.
Oh, that would be awesome as well.
What? Some Tau? Some Tau? Oh my God! You guys want to talk about the Tau?
No.
We didn't say that.
Not really. Yeah, when you keep saying it that way, Tau.
Tau?
We say Ixnay on that.
There's a restaurant called Tau, and now I'm hungry.
You think of food, Sean thinks of pews. Sean, you also have a fan in the channel. Chance over here is asking if you have a YouTube channel.
Do the
He
guys
wants to go watch you instead of Aaron.
No,
Dude,
sorry.
I
let Aaron do all the heavy lifting.
I am trying to extract all of the secrets every single time we get Sean on here, which is every week. He has some other earth-shattering, like, secret style of miniature manufacturing up his sleeve, and we're just like, what are you talking about? Paint filters? What are you going on about? Applications that, like, Sean, we gotta get you documented. That's what we have to do. We gotta get you
DGM for life.
We gotta get you documented.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Did
Documented?
you document?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta get him like on camera spilling his secrets.
Okay, that makes more sense.
What do you think it meant?
I don't know. It was confusing.
I don't want to magnetize anything, Sean. Which gun am I putting on this?
Oh, you better magnetize, boy.
On the what?
On the Executioner.
If
The
you want to be
Executioner?
done
Go-
buying models, you better magnetize.
No, man, fuck that. Go with the big las cannon.
Okay.
Go with the biggest gun.
Yup.
You can't go
I
wrong
learned
with
that
that.
from killing all those orcs.
29. I'm looking for piece 29. Here it is. Here you are. I feel like this is already going better than the repulsors. I don't know if they
Yeah.
tweaked the kit or if my memory of it was just bad, but I felt like the repulsors were a difficult build.
I mean, aren't they similar kits?
That's what I assumed, so I was just prepping for the worst. Maybe I'm being a little bit more attention to detail because I'm on camera. I don't know. I guess we'll see after the next couple pieces.
Yeah. It could all fall apart any moment.
Hopefully. That's what the people tune in for.
You're right. They
Wa-
don't care about the people going around in the loop. They just want to see them crash.
Wobbly tanks. That's what they're looking for.
Wobbly tanks. Tanks with
Oh,
wheels.
I'm sure anybody who has built one of the new repulsor tanks appreciates this, but the new flight stand base for those tanks is the best thing GW has ever created. It is
Oh, why is that?
basically a 2-inch wide cylinder that mounts on the bottom of the
Yeah, I have one right here.
Is it an acrylic piece?
It's acrylic
Yeah,
piece,
it's fantastic.
and it spins. And when you spin it, it changes the angle. So you can actually kind of preset how you want your tank to float, whether it wants to have like a little bit of a lean or something. But it also pops off. Normally, it disconnects, so you can attach it to your base, and then you can remove it from the base in order to store it and put it away better. I do really like them. I wish
We need them for the devilfish is what we need.
Oh, you should just. Yeah, but you know what I think would work. Like a 20-ounce soda can bottle top.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, cut it off at the top, glue on the underside, and then drill a little hole. Yeah.
I'm a super bad person. I snapped off every one of my devilfish bases, the clear flight stamps, because they used to just come with like the little ones like you would get in the drones. That same pin, so you put any kind of pressure on it, it would just snap right off. So I went and got like generic 1-inch wide magnets from like a craft store and stacked them up on the base and put one of them on the underside of the tank and made it real low to the ground. You can't even see them, but they're covered with like dirt and basing material anyway. Regardless, I love the new repulsor basing system. It's fantastic. It's amazing.
And that, Chance, is why you hang out and watch the Paint and Chat, because Sean just keeps dropping nuggets of like 80 years of being in the hobby.
Dude, he's full of dank
hold on.
conversion nugs.
I want to tell you the most important knowledge you will ever know about conversion and miniature crafting.
All right, hold on. I have to stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, hold on.
You guys ready?
I'm sitting.
This is gonna be such a fucking letdown.
So check it out. When acrylic paint dries, it's basically just glue.
Uh-huh.
It's basically just layer of plastic.
It's basically glue.
I know. So what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is you can use your paint for a lot more shit than just painting your miniatures.
Like gap filling and stuff? Is that what you're saying?
And for building your executioner, Aaron, I think that's what Sean is saying. So you don't need that super glue anymore. Yeah. Just get some Stynel res and just kind of squish parts together. And it'll work, right, Sean? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Dropping those dank bombs. Those knowledge bombs.
Dank conversion bombs.
Yeah, dank conversion bombs. There you go.
Let's
but
switch.
I'm serious. If you had to ask me what my best advice was, that would be it.
Let's switch gears here for a second. Let's move over to Lumineth and Friends. Some Age of Sigmar. What's everyone think about the new model line?
What's Age of Sigmar?
It's like Dune, but for Warhammer.
I still don't know why they decided to go with cows.
You know, so as a person that's a fan of Minotaurs, I like the giant cows with mountains on his shoulders. I think that's kind of a dope model. The model that everyone's seen and everyone thinks cool, the hollowed armor one. Pretty cool.
See, I really like the archers, man. The longbow troops.
Yeah, but then you get into the fact that they're elves.
I know you don't like
elves. Are just the worst.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. You don't like elves. Grumpy old elf man. Here's the Minotaur guy. I don't see cow.
They have cows on them. There's a giant cow that is like the whole basis of those piles are cows.
I'm not reading. I'm reading more like Minotaur than cow.
Minotaur Mountain.
Okay, a Minotaur is a cow.
Ooh.
Well,
all right.
It's more like saying a buffalo is a cow.
Josh, lay out
A
your
buffalo
case for
is a
why
cow.
a minotaur is a cow.
Yes, give me
No,
this.
don't just say it. Lay out your case. It's debate time, bitches.
Yeah, I would say it's
I
not a
can barely
cow.
hear you, Sean. What were you saying?
He's saying that he wants your evidence as to why a minotaur is a cow.
Because it literally has a bull's head.
Well, minotaurs were created in Greek mythology, I believe, which didn't actually have dairy-producing cows in their society and used more oxen
Cycladic.
and
It was
goats.
actually cycladic, but that's okay. I mean,
Okay.
we don't need to get into the Isles of Crete and shit like that, but
Okay.
Whoa, there's islands?
they're not.
Isles.
I think they're really cool. I like elves. I think it's a really fun miniature line. I think they're really pretty, and I particularly like the archers. But when I look at them, honestly, it makes me just wish that the Lord of the Rings game was like a thing in the United States.
Is
Lots
it
of
actually a
people
thing
play it.
elsewhere?
Yes, it is actually a thing
Well, that's
elsewhere.
good. Good for that
Yeah.
game. Good for that game. The terrain that they put out for that game is freaking cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've honestly never been super impressed with any of the models. Like, there's Smog, but I'm not going to pay $700 or whatever it is for that model.
Why not?
Is
Because
Smog really seven? Is it really like in the hundreds?
it's in between $500 and $700. It's been years since I looked. But yes, Smaug is very expensive.
Man, and you have to buy all the gold for him to sit on.
Super affordable.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you
you remember?
actually have to have Balthazar's gold.
So remember that thing that I was saying where it was like everything was going fine and then it was going to stop going and then you like it might stop going fine. So I ran into this. I ran into the problem.
Oh,
I
what
found-
was it?
I found the problem. It's that the front doesn't fit properly over the treads. And last time I was just like, I don't care, and I'm not going to do anything about that, and I regretted it. So this time, I'm going to do something about it.
What you gonna do?
I am going to get rid of the subtle bump that's at the very front of top of the tread, so that when I mount the front bracket on, which is really weird that they have you mount the front bracket on before the sides, it will interact correctly. Awesome. Problem solved.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
using the noggin.
some Space Marines. All right, guys, I'm out of guys to build.
You're out
Time
of
to start
guys.
painting.
Nah, I'm trying to decide what I should do next. Probably Dreadnought
Build a
Claw.
tank. Build a tank with me.
That's a great idea.
Let's build tanks, Sean.
Oh my god, what time is it? All right,
Tank
fine.
time.
You don't have to finish the tank.
It's tank o'clock.
Just looked Smogged Mini up, $560.
Yeah. Who wants to go buy that for me?
I
Not
don't
Sean.
even want to buy it for me. So
Some friend you are.
some friend you are. All right, now I got a number 40, which is my favorite piece in the whole model because I feel like you could take this piece and you could just straight up make a space. The back, it's like the perfect back of a spaceship piece.
Oh, Aaron, you know what I got that you totally were like, Sean, you're stupid?
Uh-oh.
The armor plates to cover the back of these fucking impulsors.
Yeah, but I told you to paint them like Ford F-150s.
It's true, he did.
Did.
I'm not trying to run a Trump parade up here.
You don't want to sink all your boats?
Listen, I don't understand for the life of me why they would take a floating armored fortress that's already like a transport and then be like, let's make it open topped. Like it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Because it's a fortress, so why not have an open top? Sometimes you just want to let the top down and let the wind blow in your helmet.
While
It's
you're
like
holding it
Space
to your
Marine
side.
helmet, exactly.
Yeah. So here's what you should do, Sean. This is what you should do. How many of them did you buy?
But two.
Okay, so one of them, this is what you're gonna do. One of them is gonna be like a little diorama, okay? And you're gonna go find all of your leftover Primaris guys who don't have helmets, and you're gonna have just an open top troop transport with guys with no helmets. It'll just be a little diorama for you. It's like everything that bothers you.
It'll be the model that I hate the most.
Yeah. It's like everybody who doesn't want to wear your helmet, go to the open top troop carrier.
But will survive even fire direct from a Titan.
Yes.
Because, you know.
Sean,
no
you covered all of the vent plates on your devilfish, right?
Say that again?
You covered all of the vent plates on your devilfish.
Yeah.
And they looked way better, I have to admit. When you got
rid
rid of
What'd you cover them with?
just a straight sheet of plastic.
Plastic part.
So they didn't have vents, they just have, I don't know what you'd call them, protrusions.
I did the same thing with all my crisis suits too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he covered all the vents on the crisis suits as well, which is why they look much more Gundam than crisis suit.
Now I don't do it on the new kits because I feel like they did a pretty good job making them look not stupid on the new kits. But yeah, my whole original army was there were no
I'm still
anywhere.
I'm still showing the stupid Minotaur.
The cow?
He's a bull. Yeah, Chance. He's a bull.
Bull is a male cow.
Oh yeah, repulsor plates, or I guess they're not repulsors. Who knows?
Oh, I meant, you know what? I was gonna try to find that that vehicle for you. Oh, I forgot to look for that. I'm sorry. The
vehicle are you talking
the
about?
the floating Razorback, from a third party.
Oh yeah, can you not find those?
No, I know I brought some home from the studio. I just forgot to look for it before we started recording.
Oh.
Shivan, if you're still there, I just want you to know I'm not gonna paint the inside of this tank. I just want you to know that. Okay?
Do you want to lose subscribers?
Yeah, come on, dude.
I just want everyone to know that the inside of this tank
I disappoint.
is gonna be masterclass level painting. Masterclass, but you'll have to break it open in order to prove.
Are you gonna do wet blending?
Oh,
my man.
It's gonna be non-metallic metal wet blending.
Oh my gosh.
With non-metallic metal OSL wet blending.
Mind blown.
With a zenithal highlight.
You know.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you're up with the lingo nowadays, people are doing the reverse zenithals.
You know, I accidentally did a reverse zenithal on the on that terrain project because I put the colors in the wrong order because I was dumb. Well, not because I was dumb, but because I hadn't decided whether I was gonna paint with what's it called, contrast paint. So then when I was like, oh, I'm gonna paint with contrast paint, I need a zenithal. I wound up doing a reverse zenithal. And wow, it looked so cool. It worked so well.
Yeah, I do a reverse zenithal on my Necrons just so the pink pops at the bottom really well.
Well, I mean, we all want our pink to pop at the bottom.
That is fact.
Oh yeah, Tank's got a butt.
What?
Tank's got a butt. Josh,
Your buddy.
I have bad news for you.
What's your bad news?
Today is actually a intervention to get you back into hobbying.
Oh yeah.
So are we gonna do that today?
Yeah. So Kimmy is cutting the hard line.
Oh gosh.
And then we all need to sit down and we need to talk about how to get you back into hobbying.
All right, give me a second. All right, I'm sitting down. You guys sitting down?
I would like.
I'm gonna stand up.
Blow.
I'm gonna stand up.
Aaron, you can't stand during these things. It seems threatening.
Oh. Well, I felt like everybody else was changing from one position to another, so I
No one changed the position.
You said I'm sitting down, which implies that you
Did I ever say I was standing though?
I just assumed.
So anyways, Josh, you got to get off the Magic and back onto the real gaming.
Dude, I think that all gaming is equally good.
That's exactly what you would expect someone to say who has a problem.
Oh man, it's great. It's fine.
I feel like I just had this.
I'm in control. Everything's fine. I can quit whenever I want to. I can quit.
That's not what I'm saying.
Diablo 2 ripoff whenever I want to.
I'm saying this problem is just as bad as what you're doing.
Oh, for sure. They're all just as bad.
This is bad.
But we want
This
you
is
on that.
great.
We want you on that plastic crack with us at least on Wednesdays. At least once a week.
Sleeves. I got sleeves. They're plastic.
So what's going on? What do you need? What are you looking for? What
Dude,
what are you missing?
I haven't been able to play a game, and since I can't play, there's no motivation for me to do anything.
But
So
haven't you been buying Magic cards?
Yes,
Who are you playing Magic with?
Aaron,
Occasionally, that's true.
How?
Spell
on
table.
Spell Table.
Ooh, what's that?
It is a fantastic app for Commander that lets you play four-player Commander. It uses either your phone or a webcam, and it points down, and then it gives you the 4 things, and it keeps track of your life and does the turn totals. And if you have a high enough internet connection, and you have a fairly decent view of the cards, if when you click on an opposing player's card on their table, it will actually search it and find it.
And
display it for you and
What?
show you the market value price.
It's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
What?
I can actually show it to everybody.
Yeah, do it.
Sounds
Do it.
awesome.
Yeah, it is
Alright,
awesome. That's why I've been
Spell
playing
Table.
Magic more recently. Because I can't
no.
get into the tabletop simulators.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, tabletop simulators are kind of boozy.
Game name CGN. I think I can fade this without giving away any of my personal information. So join now. So this is Spell Table. So it has your four things. It's probably real angry because it doesn't have a webcam assigned to it because there's already an OBS camera and a Zoom camera. But you would man, I wonder if I can do this without breaking everything in the entire world.
It's gonna break everything.
Nope.
It's gonna
Yeah,
break
don't
the
do it.
whole world. Don't do it. You're gonna risk it. Oh man, I'm gonna log in and do it.
I'm gonna
Don't
risk
do
it.
now.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna see if I can.
Well, it was nice chatting with you, folks. We'll see you next week, maybe.
The only thing that might happen is that we lose my my ability to show people how close I am to cutting myself with every single thing. No, that didn't work.
Are you frequently about to always cut yourself?
I feel like I am. No, it won't let me activate the webcam. That's okay. So anyway, so you have these 4 panels. You'd have a straight down view or a slightly angled view of what everyone's playing. It has a built-in life counter. You can put in who your commander is, and it'll keep track of that. And you can search any card at any time. So, Josh, give me a card that I'll be able to spell.
Counter spell.
Island.
Urza Saga!
All right, so how about Counterflux? Let's say you played Counterflux. So it'll pull it up
No,
right
said
here.
counter spell.
And you can see the card, so you can either look it up manually or you'll be able to click on it on people's things. It's quite fun. And it's a good platform. It's free. They also have a Discord.
Wow.
So if you just want to find an EDH game, like just a random EDH group, you can just go to their Discord, and if you give them a donation, then you can join their Discord. And you'd be like, hey, I want to play some EDH, and there'll just be thousands of people there waiting to start EDH games.
Wowzers. That
that's
sounds really
pretty
cool.
cool.
It is really cool. That's why I've been playing that stuff. And PoE.
Hey, but you know what it's not as cool as?
What?
Cats.
Yeah,
Warhammer 40K.
exactly.
I don't know, bro.
No. I'm telling you.
Oh,
The
it's a
expert all
statement.
deserving.
Not okay. I got
Yeah,
you.
it's
You're
a
right.
statement.
You're
Huh.
right.
What am I doing
Ooh,
wrong?
you want to know the other secret to modeling? What's this? A paper towel. My most used tool.
Now
Better
you're
than a paperclip.
now you're just showing off.
I mean,
Now you're. I think
yeah,
I think they call that flexing. I think that's called.
Flexing.
I think that's called a flex now. And I think Terry Crews coined that.
Did he?
I don't know. Ooh, this is
Interesting.
this is a part that sucks. This
Yeah, you get
sucks.
stuck on. What are you trying to put together right now? Is it the sides to
The
bottom?
the sides. There we go. I understand. I understand its mechanism of attachment now.
Do you understand? I don't understand.
Well,
So-
that's because you don't play tabletop games anymore. I mean,
So-
none of us
Ooh,
play tabletop
burn.
games anymore.
Yeah, I was like, who do you play with?
So we can talk about my flood.
Oh yeah, what's going on with the flood?
Flood update.
Flood is resolved.
Oh,
Finally. But yeah, we just had like a week of really bad luck. So first of all, there were 4 floods in 2 weeks and 3 floods in the same day that all impacted me.
what?
Yeah, so we had at work, we had the main water line in front of our building break. And apparently, because it's if it was in a housing area, it would be the city's responsibility, but because it's an industrial park, apparently it's our responsibility.
Oh,
So we had to excavate. I thought I had this down, and now I can't do
that sounds bogus, dude.
Yeah, it was bogus. So we had that going on. Same day, 4:00 in the morning. My sister's apartment floods. Water streaming in from the roof.
Oof.
She calls me in the morning, and I joke that there's like a little wet puddle on the ground, and I thought that the wet puddle was from my wet feet from the shower. Nope. Turns out there's a 30-foot pool of water underneath my carpet from a slow leak in the HVAC unit. So we had 3 floods in the same day.
Did you
And-
call Moses, or what did you do?
Part the flooding. Yeah, no. So, we had to get somebody out here to fix the HVAC. So we social distanced that, and then I decided that I wanted to try and clean up because at first we were worried that it was sewer water or coming up from the ground. In which case, like, we would have had to get a professional cleanup crew. But once we found out that it was just this slow leak, I was like, well, I want to try to clean it up myself because I don't want more strangers in the house. You know what I mean? And when those people come with the giant carpet cleaners, you have to like move everything. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So I was like, I'm going to try to do this myself. So I got a I was going to say ditch witch, but that's for digging ditches.
It is. This is true.
I got a rug doctor. There we go. Rug doctor. Oh my god. Expensive. $500. But it was amazing. It took
What does
me
a rug doctor do?
It's like a consumer grade professional rug cleaner that you fill with soap and water, and it like hydraulically shoots the soapy water into the deep part of the carpet and then has the suction power to get it back out.
Okay, so you shot a whole bunch of stuff into your carpet and sucked out all the nastiness.
Yeah.
How does it smell now?
So, well, that was the concern because it smelled real bad, and the first couple passes, the water coming out was like black.
Gross. Real gross.
But after about 6 hours of doing it over and over again, I got it to like normal water. And then I let it dry overnight per the instructions, and then I did it another day. Oh no! Oh no! Oh man!
What'd you do, Aaron?
I messed up the one side while working on the other side, Sean. Why?
Did you glue a side where you shouldn't have?
Well, no, they're where they should be. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this. Okay. I'm gonna have to fix this with brute strength. Okay, fixed. I'm just gonna have to hold it.
Well done.
I'm gonna have to hold it like this for a while so that it doesn't pop back out. So yeah, we got that all cleaned up. But right after I got it cleaned up, one of my teeth cracked in half. Now here's some crazy psychological stuff that happened. Okay, so I've had a filling that's been disintegrating, and I haven't gone to the dentist because reasons. And I was just trying to delay. But the thing is, like, I was 100% convinced that the tooth that had the filling falling out, that I had a root canal on. And I was like, I don't need to worry about it too much because it's not going to hurt. You know what I mean? It's not like when the filling falls out and then the root gets exposed and it hurts real bad. So, it's like I can delay. But it finally got to the point where I couldn't delay. The filling fell out entirely and I had to set up a dental appointment. So I go to the dentist and he sets it up all nice for me, opened up the dental shop early before the building was open, made sure I was the first patient, wore like extra prevention just to keep everybody safe. So I sit down, I tell him which tooth it is, and I'm like, yeah, it's really lucky that that's a tooth that I had a root canal on back in October last year, because it hasn't been hurting me. And he looks at my chart and he goes, nope, you had a root canal on the tooth behind that. And then he sprayed my tooth with cold water, and right when he said that, the pain shot through me like
and Aaron died.
But somehow I was able to like psych myself, and after it broke, it's not like it broke and I went to the dentist. After it broke, I was like, oh, it doesn't hurt at all, and I was drinking water and eating food. Like, I literally somehow psychologically
mind over matter, that stuff,
prevented myself from feeling whatever the heck it was that I should have been feeling. So we did that, which then led me to having to quarantine from the rest of my family. And we took that opportunity to have my son go out and do some play dates. And today's the first day that I've gotten to see everybody. So I was inside for 5 days just to make sure everybody was safe and happy and healthy. And the carpet does not stink, and my tooth does not hurt, and everybody is well, and here we are. So that's my
pretty fucking solid, man.
That's my flood update.
It's a good update.
Yeah,
so I didn't have a flood, but did I tell you guys about when I broke the water main to my house?
We were digging, right?
Yeah, that was all. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago. You were talking about floods and stuff like that. I thought it was hilarious. So, but if I've already told the story, I'll leave it alone.
We were all. Josh, have you had a flood?
Yep. When I first moved into this house.
Let's talk about reasons to go to Warhammer stores. There's only
exclusives.
There's only one. The Catachan Toughest Sergeant, available at every Warhammer store from the September 12th.
Oh, Vasquez.
And there is a picture of Sergeant Ripper Jackson. That's her name, I think.
Wait, is this the most recent one that they gave stores like 2 of?
No, this is
new.
This is
the female one.
This is the female one.
Okay.
The one that looks like Vasquez from Aliens.
Yeah.
She looks like badass. It's pretty cool.
Cool. So they're just like begging people to go to their stores in September.
I think it's only Warhammer stores, though. I don't even think it's your local game store.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it probably is only a Warhammer store. Where's the closest one? Is there one even in Chicago?
Well, I'll tell you what. Conveniently, at warhammer-community.com/2020/09/04/visit-your-local-warhammer store, on the article, it has a store finder, a giant store finder button that takes up literally a third of the page.
There's like a bunch out here. There's one in Elgin. There's one in Palatine or Arlington Heights.
Yeah, there's a couple.
There's a bunch.
There's
Great,
one
I'll look it up. Aaron, can you
I
just
got
give me
one.
that URL one more time?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay.
It's linked in the Facebook. There you go. I like reading out URLs like it's 1998.
Right.
So, guys, I have some bad news.
Uh-oh.
I did not think through the extra armor on the back of my impulsors. They
Yeah.
are made out of resin and are going to take a fair amount more work than just gluing together. So you're not going to be able to see that tonight. I'm sorry.
Well, you just started a project that you're going to have to show off next week.
Yeah, no big deal,
Dude,
man.
I don't want to do resin cleaning on camera.
No, just have pictures ready for next week. You don't have to actually do it. Dude,
You guys.
I am so... Does anybody... Here, okay, so here's a question. Does anybody still wash their miniatures with soap and water after you open them?
Only clinical one. I mean, resin.
Only clinical
Yeah,
ones.
only my resin ones.
See, because when I was taught, even before resin, I was taught that because all plastic has release agent on it, that you're supposed to do that with all miniatures. I don't do it, but that's how I was taught.
Well, it doesn't really seem like there's anything on GW plastic. I mean, it's conceivable that they give it a spritzing after it comes off the mold.
That was always kind of my impression, was that they had to do some sort of cleaning.
For metal models also.
Yeah, you gotta do metal as well. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
That's
know.
probably why you were told that, because like everything was metal when you started.
Yes, a lot of it was metal, not everything. But
yeah, don't assume how long he's been playing games.
I was just curious if anybody. I know people who do that. Oh, did I not put in the head? Oh, right. I don't want to put in the headlights. That's a correct decision. I don't want to put in the headlights because I have a LED kit for this model.
Oh, I was going to ask how many points are headlamps. They're really nickel and diamond here these days.
So don't you want to install that before you put the model together, though?
No, this model has 2 giant openings in it.
Okay.
And the gun. So I can show you. I can't show you, but I can show the other people. So the way this model comes apart is that I made it so that you can just take these off, like this.
Gotcha.
So you can just lift. You can actually lift the turret off, and then you can lift this whole thing off, and you have really good access to the inside. And I'm just not gonna put the back door on. So, no problems. No problems. And I only have, I think it's a 6 LED kit, 6 light kit. So.
Aaron, I think you still have it left on Sergeant Ripper.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, because everything you just said, I was watching the stream so I could see. And
okay, so here, I'll go back. They open like this. And close like that, magnetized, which I'm not going to do on this one, but I can leave it open on the back right here with this giant door and these side doors and this giant hole in the top, and there's plenty of space to get in there and deal with the LEDs.
Nice.
All right, so now is it time to talk about Tau?
It's never time for that.
Didn't you talk about Tau for an hour last time?
Yeah.
Very possibly.
If you let him, he would just be like, it's all Tau all the time.
I mean, I would.
Cool Tau Nation.
That's your new channel.
Fine, guys. Fine. No Tau for you.
Now he's the
let's
town
still-
Nazi.
let's
I
talk about the basing, the terrain stuff.
Terrain stuff. So in 40K with 9th edition, they put out a lot of new terrain rules, right? Seems
Yeah.
like that it's actually kind of making things a little bit more engaging. I dig it. It is a little bit more upfront bookkeeping, but I think it's one of those things that you'll get used to and it's fine. The big controversy right now, it's not really a controversy, but people have their strong opinions, is how to interpret / use the new 9th edition terrain rules, specifically the line of sight blocking and being in cover specific rules, when it comes to what do you have your terrain on. And let's start off, guys, how do you like your terrain? Do you like there to be a base underneath your terrain? So if you got your L wall of ruins, do you like to have a scenic base underneath? Do you like a lip? Or do you just do it G-dub style and just drop it down?
I like it. It depends on the type of terrain. I think some
Okay.
terrain lends itself better to that than others. Like if I see a forest without a base, I'm just like, no, go away.
I don't think it matters. I don't think like if you're asking, so you're asking what I like. I like when there's some sort of base to things. That's how I like it. But from interpretation of the rules, I don't think that it matters. I think that if it has a base, then you add the area terrain keyword to it. And if it doesn't have a base, then you don't add the area terrain keyword and you just have to be touching it. I don't think it's complicated at all. Because
And
you
that's
have
exactly, Aaron. That's what some people are just kind of recommending. I'm just like, all right, well, if it has something underneath it, then yeah, that's just area terrain. And then if you're touching it, or just like the GW rules, because the whole thing is right, if you're behind it, you are not seen if it's obscuring, right? If you are touching the terrain, you then can be seen. So then it becomes, okay, well, are you doing the whole toe in thing where you used to be able to have the lip on your base, and so I'm just toeing in onto that base and I'm getting obscuring?
right, but it's the opposite now. If you toe into it, you don't get obscuring. Right. So
yeah, because if you're on the other side of the terrain,
you're invisible.
you're
Right.
invisible essentially. Whereas if you have your toe in or on the terrain,
You become
per my
visible.
understanding of the rules, you can now be shot, albeit you get the benefit of cover.
Right. So what I'm saying is like,
So in that instance, though, you're saying that instead of going by the walls, you're going by stepping on the terrain.
what I'm saying is that there is a keyword called area terrain.
Yes.
Okay? And by having that keyword in, it does not detract from anything else. Right? It just adds to the model. So if the model has a base, then before the game, you either add the keyword area terrain or not. And if you don't add the word area terrain, then being on that lip is meaningless because it's not area terrain and you have to touch the wall. But if you add the area terrain, then as soon as your toe is in, then the area terrain rule takes effect and you are now visible as opposed to in cover. So it doesn't seem confusing to me at all. The only thing that seems confusing to me is like what sort of weird shenanigans are people trying to pull by being like, well, I can be in the area part of the terrain and get some benefit from being in that area part of the terrain, but I'm not touching the wall, so I'm still invisible. That's how it feels to me.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, are you going to draw, let's say the terrain has 3 walls instead of 2. Okay.
Do you
It
draw
has
a
3
fourth
walls.
wall?
You draw a 4th wall.
No,
And then if you're inside, it's all the same.
if you give it the keyword area terrain. If not, then you have to be touching the wall.
So what if someone can see you from the backside?
Then they can see you because you're not behind it.
Oh, so just the ground boundary you're saying would be just area terrain.
Correct.
And the as far as line of sight, it would not change.
Correct.
One of the things, and it's just play. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a super competitive person, but it got me thinking of just like what is the best way to do terrain going forward if you're making? Because I have a whole bunch of terrain now that I'm trying to decide. Do I want to put everything on MDF bases and, do cool little basing things and put little bits and make it look really cool? Or
Yes.
do I just leave it?
Say yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. The
Yes.
answer is always yes. The answer is always make your tabletop look cooler. See, the way, I think what GW did is actually really clever, and I think people are overthinking it, is my problem. You want to have cool, fun terrain on the board. So what they've given you is a list of attributes. And at the beginning of the game, you decide what attributes that terrain has. It's just as simple as that. That is a player agreement. But you have to use the list of attributes that they gave. Making up a new attribute, we're going to consider touching the wall as a 1 millimeter distance around the wall. That's just making up your own rules. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would agree with that statement.
I think though it's because there is a hole in the rule itself from G-Dubs.
So what is the hole that I'm missing?
I mean, I don't know because I'm not doing it. I'm just saying I think that's why people are doing that.
Well, I mean,
Well, I think
people
that- I think-
are just tapping their the turrets on their guns against walls so that they can now see through them. One moment you can't be seen, and then all you have to do is just touch it, and then you can see right through it.
Yeah, so I
But
think
that
what
do-
you're doing is
But
we're-
that doesn't
we're
change
working
whether it's... Sorry, Sean.
we're,
Go
we're
ahead.
working on how to write rules so that someone who is not interested in the spirit of the game can play competitively, which I think is absurd, right? I don't know how you write the rules to make it so that you can't turn your turret and now your barrel is poking over the area terrain and now they can see without moving their vehicle, right? I don't know. But from a fluffy standpoint, which is my only standpoint nowadays, fuck that, that's stupid, go fuck yourself. And however many expletives I can put into the sentence.
So what you're saying is
Pretty
It's
staunch.
the same thing with shooting banners. The same
your
thing with shooting
RAI
banners.
is it instead of
You can blow up
raw.
all the banners you want. You're not going to kill anyone. Sorry.
Right.
I know you can see it. I know you can shoot it. Get the fuck out of here. So it's a cognitive disconnect between the
I
spirit
mean,
of the game.
it's like back and
people
forth.
trying to-
I think it was 6th edition where they tried to give they tried to give a rational explanation for coherency and visualization, and I think what it said in the book was you're not considering the models to be in a static position. You're considering the models to be in the moment and in flux.
Yeah, they're ducking and they're hiding and they're popping out the chute and they're moving around, all that fun stuff. So there has to be some sort of, for us to play a little miniature tabletop game, there has to be some suspension of disbelief, right? And there has to be some sort of social contract that says we're all here to do the same thing, which is to have fun.
Right.
Because if you're going in there to crack skulls, all you're going to care about is how can I turn my turret to fuck this guy over based on exactly what the rules say.
But
And
that
just
doesn't.
makes it,
But that doesn't change whether it's area terrain or not. I guess the argument, I understand more the subtlety of the argument, because if you're trying to play where you say, okay, the important thing is that I'm touching the wall, then you would want to ignore the area part of that terrain, because you want to try and touch the wall, and who knows how far away that wall is from the edge of the area terrain. You may have area terrain that's, you know, that's a millimeter from the side, but you may also have a wall that's all the way in the middle of it. So they want to say, well, I want to get into the area terrain. But that's why I'm saying that it's a moot point, so long as you say at the very beginning whether or not that piece of terrain contains the rule area terrain. And if you say that it doesn't, then all of the other rules that would go along with whatever is decorated on your base cease to exist because you just determined that it's not area terrain.
Right. I mean, basically what it comes down to is really now taking the time to talk about what each piece of terrain does on the table and really going through each one.
And just understanding that you can be behind a building and then, but the thing is, like, it's a two-way street. If he can touch, unless you're telling me that they're going to rotate their turret at the beginning of the shooting phase and shoot you, and then rotate their turret away at the end of the shooting phase so that they can't be seen, I don't believe that that's a legal move in the game. So as soon as you touch that, as soon as you take a movement, you touch that wall.
If you're behind the wall and not touching it, you have blocking line of sight.
Correct.
If you touch the wall, then you can shoot right through it.
And you can be shot. It's a two-way street. So I don't understand the problem. Because there's no shenanigans that they can pull if they can also be shot. Right?
Yeah.
It's not like they can shoot you and then not be shot. Unless they have some sort of rule that allows them to move after they shoot. Like Tau. But
hey, they don't have move anymore.
Well, I was just trying to get under
Why
Sean's
not?
skin. But anyways, the point is that it doesn't matter. So they were able to defend themselves for a turn before they shot because they were behind the terrain. Cool, good use of the stuff. And now they move up and they touch the wall or enter the area terrain. Who cares? Because you just decide which rule it is. It doesn't matter which one it is. It's one of them. They shoot you, and now you get to shoot them back because they can be seen.
But are you doing that from touching the wall or touching that big old base underneath it?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you decide at the beginning of the game, it's the same outcome. If you have to stay off the base, then you have to stay off the base. If you don't have to stay off the base, then you don't have to stay off the base. The point is, as soon as you interact with whatever that terrain feature is, whether it's area or wall, it's a two-way street of see and be seen.
Yes. So it's a matter of the thing in the community is how are you going to play it? What is going to be the ITC way that it's going to be played? What is going to be the tournament way? And when I say the ITC, I mean they are the big ones, but like how are people going to play it in tournaments?
And that's what I don't understand, because the rule, you just either declare that it's area terrain or not. Like I don't understand the kerfuffle, I guess.
Well, people have a bunch of old terrain. They want to know what to do with it.
Are you suggesting that the rule that buildings don't function the way that they're supposed to function if they have a base on them? Is that what people are saying?
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. Not that the fact that you have a base of a terrain that is bigger than the actual piece of terrain itself. But I think basically the way that it's written by GW is because they don't take a base into account, right? None of their terrain has like a big old base underneath it. So it's when you're touching the piece of terrain, it happens.
Right, but they have the rule called area terrain. That absolutely takes that into account. That's why I'm confused at the statement. If they would not have a keyword called area terrain, then I understand the problem. But with the keyword area terrain, I don't understand the problem. But that just might be me, and I am not a tournament player.
Yeah. I think the big thing is it's not overly huge for any of us because we're not tournament players. But it got me thinking on really what is the optimal way to make terrain.
Honestly, I think it's just ITC trying to make sure that they're still relevant.
Hey, that
Yeah,
very well could be
I
it too.
kind of feel that. I kind of feel that a lot.
Do you?
And to answer your question, more fancy, cool diorama shit. End of story.
Yeah.
So what I would this is what I would actually suggest. This is how I would go about it. I would decide on the type of terrain that you want to make. I would look over the keywords, and I would build the terrain to the keywords that you want, and then present that terrain with how you expect it to be played after you built it.
Yeah, modeling for advantage when it comes to terrain, baby.
No, I didn't say modeling for advantage. I said modeling for rules, meaning
That I want.
just don't
This
make
terrain only makes Death Guard amazing.
Yeah.
But
Could you imagine if Josh got to figure out what rules were applied to all the terrain before it was put onto the table?
But that's exactly what you're doing, because they have, like, you can't make a building and then give it the barricade rule, right? But you can decide that you're making barricades, and you can make your barricades look, neo-punk gothic, and then you say, these are my barricades, and they have the barricade rule.
Right.
Aaron, how much of your tank have you built?
I'm on to the
He's got the whole hull pretty much done.
I'm on to the
That's
grav
pretty
plates.
Pretty good.
I'm on grab plates too. Stupid fucking grab plates.
Yeah, well, it's way better than the tracks used to be.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Thank
why.
goodness you only have to worry about tracks on motorcycles nowadays.
You had to bring that back into the conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the dune buggy has wheels.
You had to
The
bring it
dune buggy that you're going to put up on the back of your F-150, right?
I wonder if that was really the consideration as to how they're like, how do we make these models without tracks but still make them feel like tracks? And they're like, what if we take the tracks and we turn them sideways and we call them grav plates?
Mind blown.
And then they were like, well, the wheels don't really matter because the wheels are wheels, so we don't need to change anything. Although it would have been funny if they just took the wheels and turned them sideways.
That would have been hilarious.
And called them grav wheels.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. I still think it's silly.
It is.
All right,
So is the dune buggy.
Dude,
unless the dune buggy is popping out of the back of Sean's vehicle, then it's fine.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. We talked about Lumineth. We talked about Cadia. Did we? No, we did not. We did not talk about Cadia.
We did not talk about Arcadia.
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 Was not talked about.
Did I say
Yes.
Arcadia? Did I say it?
You did before.
Yeah, but not live on camera.
That's why it was so funny when I said it.
I did say Arcadia.
Mer, mer,
In all fairness, though, I was distracted by Minecraft.
It's not really in fairness.
Potatoes.
6261.
What's that?
The bits that I'm cutting out. So we have this giant model. What do you guys think?
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're getting into the like, hey, these guys seem to like bigger toys, and then they were like, so like big GI Joes,
Yeah, that's what.
and marketing was just like, let's do it all. Yes.
I don't know. I don't like the paint job on the face. And I feel like the stance is a little awkward. I don't know
It
if it's
feels like a
posable.
really good quality like Ken doll kit bash someone made of a Arcadia lieutenant or whatever.
Also, I am interested to have people repaint it though.
You know people will. And what's interesting is the company that's doing it, because it's something else that GW is leasing to some other company.
Green
They're
Wolf
doing it via
Studios.
a Kickstarter.
I don't know.
there's never been anything 40K official that's been done via Kickstarter,
Not that I know of.
which makes me wonder of like, well, what faith does GW have in this product? Like, wouldn't
All right,
they
guys. I'm
back
sorry,
it?
I gotta bounce out. I love you all. Bye bye.
Oh,
Bye, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Life,
pumpkin.
family, kids, and stuff. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, I mean it's all right. It goes along with the other two new big Primaris that are going to be on sale next week. They're going to be on sale. The Bandai ones
Yep.
are going to be on sale for 1 week. They're going to take all the pre-orders that people want, so you can get one if you want one. But then they're not going to start production on them until later this year, and you're not going to get it until March or April of next year.
Wow. Not even
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Not even for Christmas. If you want Christmas, you're going to shell out the big bucks on eBay for one of the Ultramarine ones that came out, and it was $1 bajillion.
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't want one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
I can't believe how expensive it's going to be.
How expensive is it? $560. How expensive is it in terms of smogs?
1/2 of a smog.
1/2.
So it's 1/2 of a smog for this Astra Militarum guy, Josh.
Yeah,
So he's over $200.
that's what I've been told.
Wait, can't we look at it?
I mean, you could.
It takes us to the Warhammer Facebook page. Okay. That's super helpful for buying something.
Use the Facebook wallet thing.
Get it.
Warhammer Live, Citadel Color. So it's
So-
just an out of order Warhammer community posts. There's the Bandai, which takes you back to the article. I don't see the link for it. Cool.
Well,
Oh,
it's
wait,
going to
here
be
it is.
expensive.
No, here's the link. Guess where the link takes us?
Where?
To Warhammer community.
Oh.
We just went in a circle.
That's pretty funny. So, what do you guys think? Any interest in 12-inch tall
No,
Marines?
0. None. Not for me. I like I understand collectibles. I like collectibles. I have a whole wall of collectibles. I can definitely see that there's a bunch of people who would want it, but for me, it's not one of the collectibles that I'm actually starting, like, in general, to move away from mass market collectibles.
Yeah.
Into
And
what?
to buying things with more either sentimental or real history, or making stuff myself. But
It's because you realize you have too many shelves of knickknacks, right?
I have a lot of shelves of knickknacks, but when I look at my shelf of knickknacks,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot more sentimentality than commercialism, I would say, if you were to balance the two.
Well, that's good.
But I do have a Vault Tech bobblehead, so that's commercialism. No, I don't have any interest. How about you?
Nope. No interest.
I have no interest either.
So we're agreed. They should cancel it.
They should.
I don't think it's for us.
Who is it for?
People that like big boy
People
toys.
who like Arcadia.
who like Arcadia. Yeah.
I mean, but
They're getting more into like, okay, having like a display piece of some sort. You know, it's only a matter of time before they have fully painted actual big models, or
See,
they start
like-
selling kits that are like bust size.
I like the limited edition. I like the limited edition books. I like the limited edition codexes. I like those collectibles.
Yeah.
But like a book is such a more tangible object. I don't know how to describe it.
I disagree. I think they're both tangible.
Well, yeah. In the strictest sense of the definition, they are both.
They're not ghost-like.
They possess actually existing. So
They possess actually existing.
Yeah. So they are tangible.
Well, on that note, folks, it's 10 p.m.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. There you go.
Aaron's shutting down for the night.
I am shutting down. I got pretty far on this. I got 2/3 of the treads done. I got the main body built. I got to a good point where I can do the drilling for the lights. So that's
Cool.
not bad for this evening, I don't think.
I sculpted 20 bases.
Wow.
That's pretty good sculpting, bro.
But not
Yeah, it was real quick.
but not
it was
20
alright.
but not 2077 bases.
Cyberpunk 2077. Boy, when that game comes out, see ya, folks.
We'll never be on a live stream ever again.
If it comes out.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's still an if. It's still an if.
It's still an is. It is. We're within the 90-day window. We're looking good.
Man.
Landing gear is up.
Wait, wouldn't you want landing gear to be down?
No, because we're about to take off.
No,
No,
you're on
you're
the ground
about to-
on your belly.
Yeah, I guess you'd want it down.
Okay, well, that's probably 2077 has problems because
Who shut down?
they can't get their landing gear right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It's nice to be back. It's nice to have the basement all cleaned up and have access to my studio again so it doesn't smell like butt. As always, remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell button so you never miss an update. If you want to take your patronage to the next level, check out our Patreon, have access to our Discord, have some private conversations with us. It's very, very helpful, and we're very thankful to all of our Patreons. And we are very close to our 8,000 subscriber mark, and as soon as we hit that mark, we are less than 100 away, which is absolutely incredible. We will be giving away the Indominus box set, so if you are not a subscriber, you should be. And as always,
We will see you
on the
on the table.
Table.
table.